rolling.
Yeah, so I think one thing, especially in the Vineyard, that we're called to is creating a culture of writing songs, creating albums and records, and sharing that with the world. And I think there's individual churches who are called to that, and you can create those resources on your own and sharing songs from your own church to your own church. At Boise, we did the same thing. We created this record called Heart Sound Live from Vineyard Boise. It really just started because we had these songs within our own worship culture that we wanted to share. We've had a good, strong songwriting culture. We had songwriters like Jesse Meyer, Jeremiah Carlson, and then we have a lot of younger songwriters too that we wanted to foster that creativity and foster that spark that they had and just kind of hone it a little bit more. So we actually, for us, we wanted to be really intentional. We took 2 days and went up into the mountains and did a songwriting retreat. So a lot of these songs were not just like, oh, I had these random moments. We intentionally took time and stepped out to go up in the mountains, get away from the world, and listen to what God had for us, not only individually, but for our church as well. And I think that's what's so special about doing a worship record, especially in-house, and doing it from your own people, with your own church, is because this is what God has shared with your church, and this is what we get to share with the world. I was listening to Cindy Ruthmeyer's Ferment podcast, and she was talking about there's a special moment that happens when you have a song that you've written that God gave to you in a very personal time, and that turns corporate. And to see that moment is a really special moment. I had that moment with the song called God With Me, and to see that this song that God gave to me in a time of solitude, and see people connect with that on a bigger scale, is so great. Doing a live record we want to capture that environment. We want to capture that atmosphere. And at our church in Boise, we had a lot of anticipation for that. People were excited about it. They knew that these were songs that were written from our people, from our own people, for our church. And then even the congregation was just excited to be a part of it. That the reason we do the live record is capturing the room, capturing the audience. It's not a room without everybody in the congregation. Everybody being excited about it, singing along to the songs, entering into worship, and having that great room experience. Our church got on board with that, and they loved being a part of that record because they can listen to it and like, hey, that's us. We're a part of that. This is our church. You have songs that you've written maybe in your worship community or even on your own. Start with some small stuff. Start with like 1 track. Start with 3 tracks. Start by doing it just acoustically, and share it with your church. Your church wants to hear what your worship community is doing. They love hearing, especially with the saturation of music and everything that's happening, they love hearing a product that is from their own people, that's from their own church. And people are proud of that. When it comes out of your own church, sometimes it doesn't matter how big or small it is, your church is going to love it. And so even just starting with simple recordings, don't be afraid, just step out and try some stuff.